All right, so the stream looks like it started. Still a little new to this. So I'm just getting everything set up. Gonna make this public. I know nobody's watching this at the moment, but so whenever people watch it, we can see this. So this should send out the notification about sometime soon. Says that there's one viewer at the moment. We'll just go ahead and we can just look on Robinhood for stocks. I don't use Robinhood. If you want to use Robinhood, use the link in the description below. You can get a free stock. I literally use it just for the free stocks. And I have like $50 in Dogecoin on here. Just as like a little whatever money, you know what I mean. I'm going to see if the notification was sent out for the live stream. This is the first live stream on the channel actually. But let's check this out. Okay, so it did send out the live stream. There is no thumbnail. I just realized that. But that's okay. All that really matters is that people are joining the live stream and watching, all that good stuff. So what we'll see is if you have any questions, just leave a question or something down below. I'd be more than glad to look at it. Yeah, just currently waiting for any questions. I can go over any stocks you guys want me to look at, anything like that. So make sure to leave a comment below, anything like that. Also, sorry there was no. Usually, I post every other day, but today I'm actually using a different like software right now to do this live stream than I do the software that I use to record my videos. But something happened, and I really don't know what it is, and it's kind of just like glitching out every single time. It's kind of just saying like, "Hey, why?" Like it won't let me connect to my network. So for some reason, it's being weird. But just waiting for more people to chime in on the live stream. I'll wait it out a little bit if nobody joins and I'll end the stream. But we have one viewer at the moment. So leave a comment below if you have any questions or anything like that. And we got 3 viewers. Just kind of look at the whole market right now as a whole. We'll even go to FinViz and just look at the little screener real quick. You can just see it. This market is absolutely bloody red. Nothing is looking too solid except for Apple and Pfizer. Kind of shocking that Moderna is down. We'll see. Literally everything is red. Google, Disney, Netflix, Comcast, Salesforce.com. And it's all kind of a different few things. We'll talk about what Jerome Powell said today. Wanted to speed up tapering. So that's pretty big. We'll see right here. Retires the word transitory when it comes to describing inflation. Nation's economic steward said it will take back off the use word transitory to describe fast pace of price increases. I was actually on Instagram today and I literally saw something kind of explaining like that Argentina for like the past quarter has seen 51.9% rises in prices, which is like insane. 51%? That's hyperinflation, incredible, insane stuff. I'll just give you a sneak peek because there's only 3 people watching this. So if you're watching this, thank you for that. Make sure to subscribe, all the good stuff if you haven't already. But the video I was going to make today was about these 2 stocks, ticker OPY and ticker PFSI, both insanely undervalued companies. A little trick that I used to do this was literally go to FinViz and use their screener and just look for undervalued stocks. If you want me to show you the screener I use and different techniques and tools that I use to find those 2 stocks, just leave a comment below so I know that people are actually watching and paying attention to the video. But it's currently 2:54 p.m. my time, Eastern time. So I can be on this live stream for a few hours. I don't have anything to do until later. But let's see. We can just tell the market is down. The S&P 500 as a whole. I'm going to go to Google Finance and see how the market is doing today. Other than we know it's down. It's down 1.65%. Dow Jones is down 1.69%. Russell is down 1.92%. VIX is up 16%. Wow. Omicron. I honestly think I said that wrong. But we can read this just to see what's going on. Stocks tumbled on Tuesday as investors weighted the potential economic fallout from the new coronavirus variant. Dow Jones down more than 600 points at noon. How many points are we down right now? 600, so same stuff. SP 500, we'll see past 5 days, you can just see that dip. Over the past month, still down. 6 months though, we're still up 8.93%. Year to date, we're up 24%. 1 year, we're up 26%. And the 5 year, we're up 108%. So it's times like these when you buy, you buy the dip. So that's kind of like, if you watch my videos, and if it was a video like I was talking about, kind of the way I'm playing the market right now, is I'm not just buying everything. Like, sure, I use M1 Finance and I could press the buy button and buy all my cash, and it would spread out my targets the way they should be spread out. But instead, I've been kind of playing a little bit more conservative because I've been speculative on kind of a market correction. You can just go look on all the different indicators and everything that's happening right now in the market as a whole, like how overvalued everything is, and just different things that are kind of pointing towards like a little correction, a sell-off in stocks, and we're kind of seeing that right now. But if you have any questions or anything like that, just leave a comment below. I'll be more than glad to answer them. Apple, Pfizer's up. I want to see what is Apple doing today, because Apple, they have to be doing something really good to be up pretty much 3% just today alone, especially on a red day like this. This is kind of shocking. All right, I'm going to go ahead and look on TradingView. That's another tip I'll give you guys is literally, I know like technical analysis isn't like the biggest indicator on everything, but I actually really like to use TradingView just because, I like to use technical analysis, don't get me wrong, but I like it more so for the news catalyst that it gives me. So if I go right here and I check out Apple, I'll check out Apple stock. You can just see it's up incredible amounts. It gives you a little complicated chart. A lot of people don't know how to read this, but that's okay. We'll see. You don't go to alerts. You go right here to headlines. So this is what I really like to see. The headlines for this, it pulls in everything. Cyber Monday spending, 10 IT. Let's see if it says exactly why Apple stock. Trading higher on Tuesday, pushing higher above. iPad sales rose 33% in Western Europe in the third quarter. So that's probably the main catalyst pushing them up. If you want to do some technical analysis on the stock, yeah, whenever it broke through here, because it opened at 159 today, which is right here. And once it broke through that resistance level, it definitely had a chance to just break through. Now, I know we're looking at technical analysis and we were talking about it earlier, but if you're new, make sure to subscribe, all that good stuff. Just looking at technical analysis for fun. I don't think technical analysis is the biggest indicator on stocks all the time, but I do think it can play a major role to a certain extent just because it brings in traders, brings in volume, brings in momentum, causing short-term catalyst within the stock in its own. Whole market right now, not looking that good. Leave a comment. Just like I said, there really is no comments going on right now, it's okay, 6 viewers right now. Just looking on some different stocks on Robinhood real quick. Market, you can just tell is down. Like, we're looking on my little different list. I made this list such a long time ago. Like, I literally never get on Robinhood. I just made this list, and then like during the middle of the day, I'll check Robinhood just because it's kind of visually appealing. They have a good user interface. And so I'll literally just come here and start looking like how are stocks doing. Are they red? Are they green? And it gives me a sentiment on how the stock's doing on the day. So we'll see pretty much no stocks are up right now except for Stag Industrial, which is doing pretty good. Apple is doing pretty good. Crypto's kind of been popping off recently, especially Ethereum. I got a notification earlier today. I was like, Ethereum was up 10%, which is insane. Over the past week. Just incredible stuff over the past month. They've dipped down, but they're coming back up. I'm not a big crypto fanatic or anything like that. Just looking at it because I don't really know what else to look at on the live stream right now, if I'm being completely honest. ETFs, all are down. I don't have a single ETF that's up. Here are some stocks that are actually my old stocks that I used to, a few of my old stocks that I used to own. and then I sold off. You can see right here, Delta Airlines, Carnival Cruise Lines, Diamondback Energy, Marathon Petroleum, and this one was actually like a swing trade, and it was terrible. I think I bought like right here and sold like right here because I was like hit my stop loss. So I was just like, I'm not gonna deal with it if I would have just held a little bit longer, but we're not even gonna get into that. There's no point. Looking on some of my favorite stocks real quick. I actually sold out of this position, so I'm gonna move that out of my list. This isn't even in my position. I can put that out of portfolio and into my old stocks. A lot of people ask like, what are your growth stocks that I actually own, and those are like Upwork, Neo, and the other one is an over-the-counter stock. It's Voyager Digital, VYGVF. Kind of like Coinbase, but a little bit different. A lot smaller, and I think there's a lot more growth potential for that company. I had on Coinbase, and they have like more coins available. We could look at that stock. I mean, just somebody leave a comment or something, so I know what you guys want me to look at. I mean, it's a live Q&A. Can't be any A's if there's no Q's. I mean, honestly, we could just look at the stock that I was going to show, the stocks I was going to show earlier today. OPY and PennyMac Financial Services. Just look at the PEs on these companies, and I'm not saying just because the company has a low PE means that it's gonna come back, but the PE on this company is 3.18, and on ticker OPY it's 3.84. And so I looked into these stocks, and I was like, there's got to be a reason why these companies are so undervalued. And so I went in and did some digging, and honestly, I can't figure out why they're so undervalued. Like, the price targets on these companies, the sentiment is good, their financials are solid. I looked into a bunch of things. The video, I have it on my computer, but if you're new to the live stream, I was talking about it earlier, like, my software was not letting me post that video earlier today. So I don't really know why that is or anything like that, but whatever that means. We'll look on the earnings per share. It says that there is none, but like if you go look, I think it was OPY's earnings per share is like 13 maybe, and then theirs is like 18.20. So they have low payout ratios too. It's not like they're taking on insane payout ratios to pay out a 1.23% yield. Like, this company's payout ratio is right here at 3.91% payout ratio. That's insane. That's so low. It's like you make $100 million in net income, you're only paying out just below $4 million in net income. You got $96 million in net income profit to reinvest back into your company, which is kind of what you really like to see. Like, companies, take for example, we can look on one of my favorite dividend growth stocks, which is Microsoft, okay? They have a payout ratio of 27%. Still leaves a ton of room for them to reinvest back into their company, and it gives more growth catalyst. But what I was talking about more so with these stocks that we're looking at right now, what I kind of stressed on in the video was the fact that it's investing in companies like these when they're a little bit smaller. I mean, 3.84 billion, so it's a mid cap, but this one right here is a small cap, $647 million. I'm not saying that just because a company is small, 100% guarantees that it's going to be big in the future. Like, that's not how it works. You have to make sure the companies you're investing in are actually solid companies. But what I was stressing is that it still is a small company, and there is that upside potential to grasp a large yield on cost. Now, I want to say it was OPY. One of the companies that I talked about in the video, I liked, but I didn't love. One of the stocks I loved, and I'm pretty sure the one I loved was OPY. And I know it sounds bad. I'm not like necessarily 100% sure about it, but honestly, I just kind of forgot because I'm not invested in either of these companies at the moment. But we'll look into these stocks actually. Let's just go ahead and look at what's going on. So let's just go to Yahoo Finance. A few different key things I use is Yahoo Finance, Morningstar, Seeking Alpha. I do pay for Morningstar and Seeking Alpha, so make sure to subscribe if you want to get, I guess you call it, free access to those. Let's go to OPY. Let's see if they've got anything. OPY. So not much on this except it's all loading. Fair value says it's $68. And then its last close was at $50, and it's right now trading like 49. Economic moat, none. I mean, it's an investment company, so it's not like they're like Apple or something who necessarily needs a moat on top of their product competition. You know, they're a service company. Valuation, this company is undervalued. Like, we can just look at it right now. I'm waiting for it to load. Sorry, it can be a little bit slow sometimes. Current PE ratio is 3.82. 5-year is 8.15. The index is 23.56. What's the problem with Philip Morris PM stock? Their stock has been falling for a few weeks. I cannot find any reason why that stock is falling. Do you know anything about PM? Let's check it out. I'll do my digging on what I can find. So let's go to PM. Oh, wow, I did not even notice that this stock has fallen that much. Went all the way from 106 down to 86. All right. When did that start to fall down? About September. Wow, a big fall down. September 27th, 28th. Let's see. Let's scroll down to back then. What did we say that was? September 7th. All right, let's go right here. September 8th, Philip Morris's full year adjusted EPS toward upper end of forecast range. Okay, that's weird if you're expecting higher earnings per share year over year. So that's that news. That's probably not going to be anything. Satisfaction of Japanese antitrust. Receive requisite approval. It's been falling ever since. I mean, I could go right here. Let's check Yahoo Finance. Let's just straight up look it up. Why is PM stock down since September? Philip Morris. News. Usually the Motley Fool is pretty good at saying, okay, here it is. This is probably pretty big. Philip Morris and Altria. I knew Altria stock was down a little bit. 42. It's still gonna be pretty down over the past 6 months. 13%. Yeah, Altria has been doing the same thing. Philip Morris Altria banned from importing or selling IQOs, tobaccos, devices in the United States. Let's see. Take effect in 2 months. So this is September 30th. I mean, it's November 30th. So literally 2 months from today. Or 2 months from then was today. Philip Morris said it plans to appeal. Decision as a result of the patent case, yada yada. Let's see. The IQOs. I hate these pop-ups. I'm gonna be honest. I need to figure out what is an IQO. Let's see what their IQOs really are. Developed and produced several heated tobacco products. Vapor, but without burning the tobacco. So these HCPs are designed for use by adults who would otherwise continue to smoke or use nicotine products. What really concerns me is how much of a share is their IQOs like in their revenue. Because if it's got a big share, then it makes sense that the stock like has fallen down so much. But how would I even phrase this to look it up? I mean, I could look up Philip Morris IQO's sales percent total. I don't even know if that's worded right. Mo has been falling. Yeah, Mo has been falling. It fell. We just looked at it. It was like what was it? It was like 50 something, 51, and now it's down to 42. So it's down 13.47%. That's kind of what you get though whenever you invest in like these sin stocks, I guess you can call them. I mean, over the 5 year, down from $77 a share, and so these you have to play a little bit more careful. And wow, ATT is down. Sorry, I thought I just had a yawn. AT&T is down even more. That's not shocking. All right, news. Or not news. You know, let's just go look at PM investor relations, and let's just do some digging ourselves. Just agree. Look at the slides. Yeah, let's go to the slides. All right, let's see. Record high. A little tip, Control F. Or I think if you're using a Mac, it might be like Command F. Literally such a cheat code. You can just see right here, like I clicked Control F at the same time, and then I can just type in whatever and it'll pull me up to that word. Like if I'm looking to make a video and I'm looking through a huge financial statement, it's got like 100+ pages, I can just type in like EPS or earnings per share or something and it'll find me that. And look at like payout ratio, look at different factors like that, the main ones that I want to see that are important for building a foundation. You make most of your money on your downside, you just don't know it yet. I mean, yeah, you really do. It's kind of the way that you buy on discount. Unless otherwise stated, all reference IQs are to our IQOs, heat, non-burn. Okay, let's just go find everything that says IQO. 33% RRP net revenue growth to reach 29% of total profit. Philip Morris. I mean, excellent Q3 2021 growth from IQOs despite device supply constraints. $95 billion units. Wait, what does it say? Earnings per share guidance. They were saying something about $5 a share. $5, like 80 cents, 90 cents. Global semiconductor shortage impact on assortment availability. Total IQOs used. Okay. I want to see how much money do they make from IQOs. Okay, here it is. Continued in billion units. It's a lot of units. On track to reach 100 markets by 2025. Confident IQ, strong intellectual property, clear leading innovator. Presidential review period should consider public health impact for U.S. IQOS users and FDA's assessment. Continue to see large opportunity for IQOS in the United States. Okay, when was this posted? Tuesday, October 19th. I mean, they were getting those claims in September. They were getting good sales and they got hit by like a truck. I wish I could say like I knew. All right, net revenues. It's a lot of people, 12.7 million people using IQOs. All right, that's going to probably be the main catalyst as to why the stock is down. Let's look at them right here. Let's see. They have 4-star rating. Probably have a good fair value. Fair value of 108. Last close was $87. They're trading right now at 86.26. Okay, here it is. They have an earnings per share of $5.74. A forward dividend of $5. So they're paying what, $1.25 every quarter? I would say something about that. I don't even know. Financials. Very steady, inflation-paced growth, I would say, like income. Net income gone up $1 billion in the past year. Balance sheet. Ooh. Not the favorite thing I like to see, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, seeing that they have more liabilities than assets. Free cash flow, solid numbers, increasing. See if anything. I have good analysis, holders. Let's see what's going on with insider activity. Sales. I mean, there's been a little bit of transaction. Sale. Last transaction was back in July, so I don't really. Sold $2.1 million, $2.2 million worth though. It's a lot of money. The whole industry is kind of just taking a hit. It's a little bit suspicious to see what's going on with these stocks, so I guess you could say. If you have any questions or anything you want me to go over, just leave a comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Honestly, we could probably look at. What was I going to look at? I don't even remember what I was going to look at. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm live streaming about. Not many questions being asked in the comments. So I'm kind of just talking to myself at this point. We could just look at Philip Morris's. Right here, forecast. I mean, their minimum forecast is up 5% from their current price. They got a price target of $120 back in August. What? They didn't make that much money. That's kind of a glitch in the system. How about ORC? Any hope of recovery? Let me look into that stock. ORC. Turned into a penny stock today. Or they had been a penny stock. Ooh. Alright. I actually don't even know this company, but I'll look into it. Volume. Oh, wow. 17% dividend yield. Also, I've got a video coming out. I found 2 stocks today. Like, I was just bored looking into some stuff, and I found two stocks. Like one of them's got like I want to say 12% yield, like a 30% payout ratio. So we'll talk about those in a future video. So stay tuned for those. But let's go figure out what's happening to ORC. Wow. This is COVID. I like to see this uptrend. But let's look. Orchard Island Capital, third, poses 2021 monthly dividend stock. Q3 results. Does it give me them? Earnings per share of 20 cents. I mean, they're paying out a monthly dividend of 0.065. So if I'm doing this off the top of my head right, it's going to be like 19 and a half. Yeah, 19 and a half. So, I mean, they're leaving themselves with what? 0.05 cents per share, 0.5 cents per share to reinvest into their company. So they're going to have a higher payout ratio because they're paying these on a monthly basis. Quarterly net interest income. Book value per common share at $4.77 as of September 30th. September 30th was, wrong thing. September 30th, right here. So it's fair value, $4.77. What even happened? Orchard Island. I mean, I can't find anything right there. Lost just momentum on the MACD. Let's figure out what's going on with them. Sorry about that noise. What is going? Why is... All right, this was back in April, though. Massive dividend stock. Tapering concerns. They also talked about that today. So stock down today. Yeah, that's probably got something to do with it. Tapering. For those of you who do not know what tapering is, it's like the slowing down and kind of like tapering right here. Policies that modify traditional central bank activities, instituted after QE policies. So pretty much what this means is like efforts primarily aimed at interest rates and at controlling investor perceptions of the future direction of interest rates. May include changing the discount rate or reserve requirements. May also involve the slowing of asset purchases. So they kind of want to... Let's just read what Jerome Powell said, because I don't want to put Jerome words into his mouth that I haven't read all of him. All of like what happened today. Let's see. I know he said the inflation stuff. I want to see what he said, because I knew he said he wanted to speed up tapering. Okay. Powell says Fed will discuss speeding up bond buying taper at December meeting. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said he expects policymakers in December to discuss accelerating the timetable for tapering of monthly bond purchases. Pretty much, all right, so I was doing this, like, I don't even know. I'm in college right now, so I was doing like a literal essay over some stuff. And I was just doing research, and I figured out, I was like, I knew this, but I was looking, and it's like, so when the economy starts to buy bonds, okay? Let's say, for example, you are a bondholder. You want to sell your bond. You want money for your bond. So the Fed will buy your bond, and what does that do? That increases the money supply. So there's more money because you have money in your pocket, and now you get to go put that money in circulation. Okay, you can go buy Chick-fil-A, you can go do whatever you want with that money, you can save, you can do whatever, bank has to pay you interest, you can invest it in other stocks, whatever it might be. When the Fed sells bonds, okay, so they have all these bonds, they sell them. You, who has money that can be circulated, buys that bond. Let's just say, for example, it's a $1,000 bond. You buy that $1,000 bond. Your $1,000 is no longer in the money supply. It's locked in that bond, in that value. And your bond is not being, you're not paying for Chick-fil-A, you're not paying for different things with your bond. So that money is kind of locked away in the money supply, and it will decrease inflation. And it's kind of what they're aiming to do. They're wanting to stop the purchase of these bonds. Okay? And that is what they're doing right now. So they're kind of slow down everything. And I want to see how this affects ORC, because I really don't even know what this company is. Pace of tapering may be slowed down to match any rate hikes. Orchard. Decision to maintain a high dividend yield amidst pandemic, even the third. All right, let's just read this. ORC's dividend yield is about 15% from a 5-year growth rate. ORC's income investors for the past 4 years have reaped an average yield of 17.36% with a percentage difference of 500, yada, yada, yada. An income investor, I don't really care. I want to know why the stock is moving the way it's moving. While analysts have downplayed the direct relationship existent between stock prices and mortgage rate returns, the figure below shows a slight correlation to total returns of interest income and stock returns. So this orange line is ORC. Ooh, that is not good. Stock used to be so. My advice on this stock, and it's not financial advice. Everything I say on this channel is not financial advice. But I would not be investing in a stock that's down this much, because, all right, 17 times 5, what is that, 80? I probably did 34, 60, 85. So you might be outpacing these returns because you're falling in price. But I think you're far better off with a stock that's like, and if you're looking for a high dividend yield like that, I think you're better off with something like XYLD, QYLD, JEPI, ETFs. There's another stock that I'm going to be looking at. I haven't done any research on it, actually. I literally just found it by doing some screening and different things like that. But it's got a dividend yield of like 11.79%. And it's supposedly got a low payout ratio. I want to say like 33, 34%. So I'm going to make a video on that. I couldn't get a video out today just because of different things, like literally the software. We talked about it earlier. Software wasn't working, so I'm not even going to go into that. But that's a key thing that we're looking at. Industry leader. They're kind of just comparing these two companies. Delay raising interest rates with monthly purchases at 120 billion, 80 billion treasury bonds, 40 billion, yada yada, mortgage-backed securities. Yeah, not really much going on. I think I'm probably going to end the live stream just because there isn't much stuff going on right now. So thank you for making it all the way through the live stream and being here. All right, before I close this, you're 800 shares in. All right, my advice, let's just go to Robinhood because it's easy to use. ORC. You know how to sell covered calls? Can sell call. What? Ooh, these are not good premiums. What about future? Because yeah, it's not even worth it to sell covered calls. You make $8. I don't know what your average cost is or anything like that, but if you're getting 800, you should be getting $52 a month from this company alone. I mean, we can look real quick. Actually, ORC price target, and I'll look at Morningstar too. I mean, they have a price target of $6. Let's look at Morningstar, look at that analysis, and then after that I'm going to have to close the video. ORC. Let's see if Morningstar has any analysis on them. Residential mortgage-backed securities across the United States. Fair value of $5.72. I haven't, usually if I was to look into this company, every company that I look into that I don't know, I know who Starbucks is, I know who they are, so I don't have to look into their business model. But a company like this, who I don't know necessarily, it would take me a few hours. So, I don't necessarily know. Looking at some different things, analysts and fair value, looks like it's pretty solid. However, it does have a nice dividend yield. Dividend yield seems to outweigh its annual losses, but everybody has different investment styles. So if you like the income and you're okay with the stock price going down, that's your investment style. Sometimes it's not bad to take a loss for the tax advantages, because you can write it off as a loss and you won't have to pay taxes on that income that you lost, money that you lost. But I don't know much about this company. But thank you guys for making it all the way to the end of the live stream. I'm going to end it right now. So that's it for this one. And I will see you at the next live stream or next video. I'll probably make a video before I live stream again. Thank you.